Hello everybody, how's it going? My name is Cryokai, and I just wanted to make a quick little video on how I edit my short form content. I've seen a lot of people recently talk about like how they struggle with making short form content and how editing is such a pain when it really doesn't have to be. I'm going to walk you through the steps I do, and yeah, hopefully it helps you guys out, and just let me know what you think. Okay, thanks. Okay, so here we are over on CapCut, which is a free program for editing. I don't use Pro. As you can see, it's still trying to make me get Pro. I don't want to. Don't need to. Sorry, children running around in the background. Anyway, we're going to add in our media up here. As you can see, I've recorded like a random clip for this. What we're going to do, we're going to drag one onto here. We're going to drag two onto here, and we drag three onto here. Just make sure you drag them all back so they're all in sync. And then we're going to mute the top two, or I mute the top two. It doesn't really matter which two that you mute, to be honest, but I just mute it because it's easy to keep track of. Like, just mute the extras. We are then going to change the ratio, which is over here, just under the video. I'm going to change that to 9:16, as that is the mobile format that, you know, everyone we're all used to. Then we're going to click on the bottom one, the main video, and we're going to drag that until it basically fills the screen. So about there. About 315%. Yeah, 315, 316% is going to fill it. Then we're going to go over to effects in the top left up here. We're going to just drag blur. You just type blur in the search bar up here, and then you can just drag it on. A good zone for this is about somewhere between 40 to 60. 40 is usually quite nice. It's not too disturbing on the eyes. But you can go with however you feel like. I said 35 isn't bad either. But I digress. We go on to the second track here, and we're going to drag this until you feel like this has kind of the core visual kind of stuff that you want the people to see of the game. So I normally drag it until my avatar is kind of just out of view, so about there. As you can see, all the important information is still on screen, but my avatar is out of the way. And the reason I'm going to do that is because on the third track, we're going to add what's called a mask. So you're going to make sure you clicked on the third track. At the top up here, we're going to go to mask. We're going to add mask, and we're going to add circle. You can use kind of any of these, but I just use circle because it's nice and neat. You can see now that we can only capture certain parts of the video, like just a circle's worth of space in that video. So I'm going to put this around my avatar. And then what we want to make sure we do is when we want to resize that, we go back to basic, and we can now make it bigger and smaller, however what size you want, how big you want your avatar to be on screen. We can also try tidy it up a little bit, just make it a little bit tighter around the avatar. I said it doesn't need to be perfect, but I just made it bigger again because I'm absolute professional at this. And yeah, make sure you click basic when you want to move it back around. I think I already said that, but hey ho. So yeah, I normally keep mine at the top here. And then I go back over to media and I use these kind of logos. They don't look very good. I made them myself, so they look super jank, but that leaves a nice space at the top left here for me to put them. So everyone knows where to find your content. I think that's really important, obviously. And then for usually the last thing I do is normally add captions. We're going to go up to captions here, and we're going to use auto captions. You can add in stuff like auto highlighting important words and AI emojis, but I don't really mess with any of that. I just use the normal generation things. And this seems like so daunting to do, but the first thing you want to do is when it's got all of them highlighted, just go over to animation at the top here, go to captions, and then we can actually basically like animate how our words will appear, kind of like for people to read. So there's a bunch of stuff in here you can play with, but I'd say like just explore that at your own time. For now, we're just going to put like, let's just put fireflies on for now. And this is me playing a video. And then we have to hear me. You can obviously resize this and what you need to do. I normally just apply to all and have it on this kind of black text like this. It just kind of like, it's bold enough for everyone to see what it is, and it just does the job. Video game to use as content for my how to edit a short video. Haha, woo, look at me go. Yeah, spells, effects, woo. There's also my child in the background helping me out. Yeah, that is basically all there is to it. There is a bunch of stuff to play in here with like animation and things like that. And you can also just use like different things for captions. It just have a little bit of an experiment with it and play with and find one that you really like. And yeah, that's basically all there is to it. So really don't overthink it. That took us about like, what, 5 minutes? Don't overthink it. Just have fun with it. Have a play around in CapCut. See like different effects and stuff that you can use. And I think you'll find there's a lot of fun to be had here. There is also some stuff, just one last thing I want to mention, there is some stuff in stickers where you can add in stuff like if you make it on YouTube and stuff, like a subscribe button and things like that. This is just like, if you want to play with things in here, there's a lot of stuff in here that you actually get for free. So just experiment with it. Anyway, I hope this helped. Like, just even a little bit. If it helped a little bit, that's awesome. And actually, you know what? One last thing I do want to go over. I actually use what's called Stream Beats for background music for a lot of it. So I'll just add that in. Okay, so as you can see now, I just added in Stream Beats that I downloaded. That's entirely free as well. We want to just trim that off real quick. The split button is here. We want to split that off real quick so that we hear the sound straight away. We want to make sure we turn it down quite a bit because we don't want it to swallow up our voice. Aha, this is me playing a video game to use as content for my how to edit a short video. Aha, woo, look at me go. And I'm also going to make sure that we just make sure that we split it at the end as well. Just to leave that off. Having kids and editing is a real adventure, but that's for another day. Okay, well, there we go. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope it helped. And yeah, I'll see you around.
I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations.